Hey guys, this is Kelvin from the future doing the editing process. I just wanted to give a quick disclaimer that there was some audio issues in this episode, and I actually had to dub over some of my own audio, so if I sound different or weird throughout, that's why. We just didn't want to give up some of our best material. It was okay. So just be aware of that and enjoy. Hello, all you lonely boys out there, and welcome back to the Lonely Boy Hour, the only podcast that has mastered the art of mediocrity. I am, of course, your 5 out of 10, one enthusiastic thumbs up host, Calvin, aka the Noodle Doodler. I am joined, as always, with our 2.5 star host. My bad. See, this is how mediocre. I can't even say what you are. Trajet.
Hi, it's me, Tragedy, the thumbs down emoji.
Yeah, one of us is a thumbs up emoji. One of us is a thumbs down emoji.
Yeah, that's another fucking throwback right there.
That was the first joke ever made on the podcast.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was like almost at the end of the episode, but I shoved it to the
terrible.
front. Listen, we've grown. I want to say we've grown a lot since we started. I don't know if that's true.
Baby steps, Kelvin. Baby steps.
It's only been almost a year.
Right.
I was thinking about that because I was like, oh, we should have had 20, like on the year anniversary, we should have had 21 episodes, but we're like at 16. So, we skipped some episodes, y'all.
Sometimes we just, we had one lost episode.
We now have 2 lost episodes.
Oh, that's right. We have 2 lost episodes. So.
One of them can be rebirthed, and it shall be, but it hasn't yet.
Yes.
The other one, I've thought about a few ways to bring it back. I could either just put in some highlights of people other than me talking, which we know doesn't happen, and I even consider just like redubbing my audio and just saying what I think I said in the moment.
I think we should just release it as a bonus episode without even it entirely.
Dude, and I'm replacing me with the sound of tumbleweeds and slight winds.
Yes.
Whenever I talk, it's just light winds.
I think that's exactly the kind of content that is in our brand.
Yeah, that's very on brand for us. Let's be real. So I want to mention something real quick to the audience. Even though no one mentioned it, we had our first advertisement slot on the podcast with the podcast Snark Tank. And when I let me get the backstory on this. I was like, hey, Zoe, I want to start trading podcast promos with people. Are you down for that? And Zoe went, oh yeah, that sounds great. So I sent her the audio for what we were going to play for the ad break, and she listens to the whole thing, and all of a sudden she just goes, but Kelvin, and I go, what? And then she goes, but we're the only podcast.
We can't promo another podcast. We're the only podcast.
I got approval from you before I even tried for that exact reason. And
I mean,
it's like,
sometimes I'm slow
one
to get to the ball.
Yeah. Listen, you just didn't think about it. You didn't think about it until you were like, oh yeah, let me hear the promo piece we're doing. Yeah. And then you said, oh, but we're the only podcast.
But what do you mean?
How long are we going to have to go before we're willing to admit that we may not be the only podcast?
Listen, we have to at least we have to get 21 episodes in, all right?
What should have been a year in.
Yes.
Because we're getting there. Our podcast is an infant now. We're out there. We're doing what we got to do out in this podcast realm. It only took us almost a year to say, fuck the Patreon goal. Let's just do a D&D podcast anyway.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, so
we built our characters and haven't talked about it since, but I'm really excited about it.
I've talked about it a bit with Mike. I have some ideas because I've been deep in study. I've been taking notes when listening to D&D podcasts now because I listen to a lot of them.
Nice.
I've been studying what their Patreons have to offer to see what a good deal is. I've been the effort, Zoe, that I've put in.
I'm excited. I've done nothing.
Yeah, so
besides work on character voices, and no, you can't hear them because they're not good.
Can you give us Amber's voice? Have you figured that one out yet?
No.
Amber's a goat, in case you're wondering. And I don't think
Yes.
anyone in the party other than Zoe is going to be naturally capable of speaking with animals, but
Yeah.
actually,
Also,
no. This is a
Kelvin,
very magic party, so maybe.
the goat's name is Amor. Like me, Amor.
I assumed like that. That's how I thought it was pronounced when I was like, Zoe's not gonna name it Amor. Like,
No, the goat's name is Amor. No. I'm not that a witty. I just, I was like, I need a word for love.
I
Amor.
say it
Perfect.
like it is. Like,
I say, yep. That's just how it is.
jeez, that's just how it be. But no, I'm very excited and terrified for this upcoming podcast. I'm excited partially because, let's be real, I think it'll do better than this podcast.
I think there's more of a market out there for D&D.
Yeah,
versus we have like a very specific
niche
group of people who want to leave TikTok for other content.
Yeah, which is a very small minority compared to people
But
who just want TikTok
powerful,
content. Oh yeah, cult-like,
powerful
some might
minority.
say.
Yes.
Some may say, and I'm one of those people who may say that, cult-like. We have and especially like, it doesn't help that the group that we have assembled for this game is like the most cult-like following fan bases.
It's true.
Because like, my fan base is very culty. I don't even need to start on how cult-like your fan base is.
It's bad. It's small but mighty.
I'm 90% sure Bradley, Dadley J. Jenkins followers are a cult.
Yes, they are.
And Metro Mike, the senpai himself.
If his fan base is not a cult, I don't know whose fan base is a cult.
It's been interesting.
You
I was so mad at you the other day because I was watching one of Metro Mike's like live streams he was doing
on TikTok or on Twitch?
On Twitch.
Okay.
On Twitch. And I was so mad at you.
Why?
Because I was looking at the like just all the stuff he had on screen, and it said like top donation Trazi $500, and I literally was like, "Did Zoe donate you $500? That bitch is unemployed. What's she doing?" And he goes, "No, it was a while ago." Oh, yeah, better fucking be.
That was back in November, I believe. It was to help get Mike's tires fixed. I'm just the top dono because nobody can top him.
I'm donating $501 immediately.
I see you flexing over there.
I'm not donating $501. I subscribe to his Twitch channel. That should be enough. That'll do it.
That $5 a month goes a long way.
Yeah, I think it's 10. I don't know actually.
Oh, did you sub at the top, the upper tiers?
I don't remember what I subbed at, and I'm just gonna pretend like I'm not going to look at my bank account right now to figure that out.
It's important information.
It's the scariest time of year, the time I look at my bank account.
I feel that. I feel that.
You don't know.
You know what I think is funny? During this pandemic we're going through, you would think that Verizon, I'm calling them out, all right? Why do they give you like a free 15 gigabytes right now, but still charge you for your plan? Like, I would just rather them give me a free month of service than give me 15 gigabytes of data that I'm never going to use.
Either way. I go through some data like it's nobody's business. I
don't. I have good internet.
I have good internet here. I have really shitty internet at my work. Oh no, it is a $6 a month subscription.
Oh.
Either that
you have
or
good internet now that you have internet, you mean?
Yeah. Oh jeez, the dark ages. I have 2 subscriptions on Twitch, and they're both people that have been on this podcast. And I don't really watch Twitch. It's just because I love them. And that's it. It's Kanoa Daddy and Metro Mike, and that's it.
I love both of them. They're both great.
They're 2 young, upstanding young gentlemen. Those 2.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, the true lads. Like,
so we didn't talk about this before the podcast started, but are we going to talk about the TikTok scandal today?
We talking about? I was actually thinking about that. Like after we stopped, you're talking about like the Infernal Asylum Clap Daddy thing. I want to talk about it, but I'm gonna be real. I don't know as much as other people. So can you fill me and the listeners who don't know about it, all 3 of them, in?
Okay, so obviously in this kind of situation, TikTok, it's hard to get all the information, just in general, because it's hard to get everything from people who don't want to talk about it, or they talk about parts that they know, and it's a whole lot of stuff. What I understand from the situation is that Infernal Asylum and the other person, I can't remember their name.
Clap Daddy.
Clap Daddy, yes. were involved in some DMs of minors, and that's all I know.
Ah.
And then they were called out on it, and then Infernal Asylum made some comments that in a video talking about it, and at one point mentioned that it was that makeup, that like their makeup. It was weird because what I understood from what people were talking about, because this is me getting information both from the original videos and then seeing what people are breaking it down as, right?
Yeah.
The idea is that Infernal Asylum, people are believing, I don't know the full story, that Infernal Asylum is telling people that it's okay that this thing happened because it was cosplay, like cosplay stuff. It was his OCs, not him. I don't know the full story. That's what I've deduced from what is available to me.
Infernal Asylum's videos on TikTok. Maybe he had some Instagram stories and stuff. And listeners, we don't want to purport to be like the TikTok news on this. In fact, I think there is a TikTok news on this, I'm sure.
Yes.
I don't know that for a fact, but I'm 85% sure that Connor was on this like it's nobody's business.
Right.
But I thought that Clap Daddy was the one who was in some DMs with children, and Infernal Asylum was not talking to children, but was just predatory in general. So I think the truth's somewhere in between the two things we think, but it's like, I don't know. This is I'm very unhappy with this drama. Like, I'm happy that if it's true, it's coming out. But this is not the time I want to deal with all of this. I want my For You page to be fucking happy right now because it's the end of the goddamn world. Like, even I made a video about the drama with what limited knowledge I said. Because I knew, because I was just like, okay, here's my thing on my side of the story. I'm in no way personally involved, so there's nothing I can say that's gonna add to this. Can we just like be happy again? Can we make good happy content maybe? Because like
I think that like this has caused a lot of panic, good panic and bad panic. But this is not new to. I think that this is not new to TikTok. We went through this before. With domestic violence stuff. We went through this before with other predators. We've gone through this. Like, this isn't new to TikTok. I just think that it's more potent right now because we're all also panicking.
Oh yeah, and like I think a lot of people are just hungry for drama as well. Like I don't want to discredit what's going on. If these two people are being predatory to minors or even adults, like that needs to be talked about and needs to be handled. But I think that I don't want people, like, if you aren't personally affected by, like, if you were not someone involved in the situation, don't make content about it. This should not be content. This should be like getting truth out there, and you're not going to add any new truth at all. Like, with some like exceptions, like I don't think Connor was directly a part of it, but like his entire job is to talk about this shit. So, but like I've seen a lot of people like, this is wrong and messed up and you should go unfollow them. And as true as that is, this was just a waste of my time as a video to see because you didn't add any new information to it. And then
I think that it's important to give information for people so people know what's going on so they can make that decision for themselves, right? But I also think that you're right. It sucks because I think that some people are getting clout from this.
Oh, for sure. That's
really frustrating.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, I'll say, like, I didn't know who Ava Lay was before this started, and I really appreciate that they're, like, from what I can tell, at least putting the truth out there. But I can't deny that it has definitely brought in some clout for some people. And that's rough. And I don't know. I think at the end of the day, like, if you get a very large following, especially on an app targeted at children, like, your morals are slowly going to shift. And I even made a video about that where I commended Metro Mike for being able to be a large TikToker and not a predator, from what I can tell.
Right.
Which, it's just, geez. Like, but yeah, if you're up there, you're so influential to these people. It's almost like harder to not abuse that power at a certain point. Cause like,
I think too.
Oh, go on.
Go Oh, no, go ahead.
What I was gonna say was like even like this kind of thing happened. It had a happier ending. This kind of thing happened like last year with like Pro Jared. I don't know if you know much about that drama. It might have been 2 years ago now that I think about it. But you know, this YouTuber who got accused of like trading nudes with children and things like that, cheating on his wife. It was a whole thing. But in his video where he pulled the biggest Uno reverse card of 2019 or whatever, where he just like broke down everything and why it wasn't true, which props to him for being quiet for 4 months and then just doing that. So the kind of the basis of this was that he had a Tumblr page where he would trade nudes with people, but it was meant for only adults and obviously consensually. And even he admitted, he's like, yeah, well, I thought that was fine. I realized there was a power dynamic there that I didn't intend to have. Like, and that's just how it's going to be. Like, I've met some fans at conventions before, and whether I try to treat them like a normal person or not, they don't see me as just like a regular person, and that just creates a weird power dynamic.
Right.
Which it like a worse person could seize control of. So it's I don't know. I think I could not imagine having that much power. Like another example is, did you ever watch Blue's Clues growing up?
Yes, I did watch Blue's Clues.
I was a big Blue's Clues man as a child. The original guy, Steve, first of all, he used to be like in a rock band before he started.
Yes,
but
a rock metal band, right?
More importantly, though, he quit the job as being Steve because he was scared of how influential he was to children. And
that's a spooky thing.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Like I think, and this is like not even talking about the Infernal Asylum and the fuck, I can never remember the other person's name. All this Clap Daddy. There you go. I want to call him something else, and I'm not going to say it. Yeah, but anyway, Clap Daddy and the Infernal Asylum and all these things that happened with all the people in the past on TikTok. I think that once you become influential on an app that serves kids, like you said, not only is there a power dynamic, but there's also the situation where sometimes it's really hard to tell how old somebody is on the internet.
Yeah.
Because you run into the issue of people lying about their age so they can get your attention. You run into the issue of people not disclosing their age because they want attention. The number of times people have had to kick people out of TikTok lives for being underage is a huge example of this.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I deal with it, too. Where people are like, oh, I'm 7, and I'm like, dog, this is a 13-plus app. What are you doing here? Get out. Like, I don't want to risk my channel because you're over here messing around, leaving in my lives while I'm saying swear words and making provocative statements and even using a taser sometimes.
Right. And that's never an excuse, right? Yeah. That's never an excuse to interact with minors in a way that's not appropriate, but it's also one of those things of like, once you reach a higher caliber on TikTok, once you reach that level of popularity, you get that power, you have more of those incidents. And so people who would choose to abuse that power, like you said, both have the ability to, and also could get the sense of, well, I didn't know, they lied, right, kind of thing. And it opens up this door, especially because of how TikTok is, with the ease of getting access to minors.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, obviously, I'm not the type, but I could like I could text a minor right now. I just gotta swim down my follower list. If I randomly clicked someone in my followers list, odds are they're going to be a minor.
Yes, the number of minors that are in my Discord, for example, or the number of minors that are on my Instagram. I've had people message me, and I'm like, listen, I can't. Like, there's a boundary there, and I have to make that boundary. But at the same time, for bigger TikTok or bigger creators in general, it's the people who do that interaction that get more followers because they're an interactive creator. And then you run into the issue of like, am I only interacting with adults or are these people lying?
Yeah. That's always a problem. Because that was, to go back to the Pro Jared thing, that was another thing, was like the two people that came forward and said, hey, I'm a minor, and he, traded nudes with me or whatever. both of them said that he knew that they were underage, and it turned out that he didn't. And like, there's only so much you can do with that. And I like it's one thing to go, to genuinely have thought they were older than they are, but it's another thing entirely to know or even doubt that someone is
exactly.
And it's crazy. Listen, y'all. The world is crazy, and having this much power is crazy. Why do you think so many actors turn out to be pedophiles, dog? Listen, it's
power corrupts. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of power corrupts, listen, I don't want to get all political in here, Calvin, but woof. Have you
go on?
Listen, this whole coronavirus bill and all of these things, the COVID-19 bill that Trump signed and now is like going up again, saying that he's not going to release the information. It's just a prime example of how easily power corrupts.
Oh yeah, let's I don't want to get political. Immediately jumps into politics. That's fine.
I needed to make a statement because I think that it's indicative of like power corrupts politicians, power corrupts creators, power corrupts individuals.
Do we want to get we're like a year into this. Do we want to vaguely touch on what our political opinions are?
Sure.
Because I hope that people who enjoy us will not like stop listening, because like personally I don't really like identify as any political party. I'm like middle left. I think that Trump, personally I think Trump's a bad president, but not as bad as some people act like he is. And it's okay if you disagree with that. That's fine. Go for it, Zoe.
I agree. I think that I'm definitely a heavy liberal for United States standards. For the rest of the world, I'm not really that liberal, to be honest. I'm not gonna go I'm not gonna go lynch my president. Like, that's not a thing I'm gonna do. Listen, like, I'm not from France, but anyway, I think honestly, my thing is like, I can respect some of the things that Trump did to get where he is, but it's also, I think he's a really bad person.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, I'm here for an intellectual conversation with anybody. I have a lot of conservative friends and I have a lot of liberal friends. I think that everybody has a valid point, and it depends on what you're seeing the world as. But it is what it is.
That's life. I don't know. I also, that's what bothers me the most, is I hear people that are like, I block all liberals. I don't talk to.
I don't understand that.
Or even, this is, so politically speaking, my biggest pet peeve is the people who think that the opposite party is out to get them all.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My whole family.
Yeah. So I have a coworker now, and she's gotten better, but when I first took over the store that I work at now, she was constantly trying to irritate me. But like 3 or 4 days in, this has only been like 3 or 4 weeks or so, and I was telling her about the plan to potentially send out checks to all Americans or whatever, and she gets all happy because free money. Who doesn't love free money? And she goes, "I'd like to see a Democrat do that." And I go, actually, I'm sorry, I don't talk about politics at work. And then I said those exact words, and then she went on like a 4 or 5 minute tirade about how great Trump is and how horrible the Democratic Party is.
It's like they don't. It's so funny because the conservatives liberals do it too.
Yeah.
People who block or don't listen to what the other group is saying miss out on so much. Yeah. I'm like, listen, and did you pay attention to Yang's whole proposal for when they were running for candidate? Like his whole thing was that he wanted to give people a monthly income of $1,000, no matter what your
base income, baby. I am pro universal base income for a plethora of reasons. Come on, baby.
You know what's funny is I've been saying this all week. I was like, you know what? All right. I'm a dark humor person. I also look at the world very dark. Like, if half of the world died from this coronavirus, if half the population died, we could turn our world into what we see in science fiction futuristic movies. People don't have to work. They live at their homes, and robots do basically everything. And the only people who make more than a universal income are the ones who want to be doctors or want to run factories. That jobs that you have to have a human being doing.
So
we could do that if half the population died. I'm just saying.
And
we have the resources. We have the technology.
I disagree with the idea of less people is better strongly. I even made a video about it the other day because some people with this whole coronavirus thing, this whole COVID-19 thing, are like, oh, it's population control and that's what we need because we're overpopulated. And I'm like, here's the deal, dog. We're not actually overpopulated. And I did the math. If we gave every individual person, and I made a mistake and just said gave every individual person an acre of land, half the world would be unoccupied. I should mention that is only the inhabitable land that is like livable in that equation. We really only use about a quarter of the planet. The problem is that a lot of people will pack into small spaces, and then there's just so much empty space in between places. And that's what leads to the illusion of overpopulation. But also, all throughout history, more people means more potential scientific advances, better resource management. Just because more people equals more brains. So I'm very anti. We need to lower the population.
I don't think we need to lower the population. I'm saying that if
it happened to happen on its own.
If it happened to happen, we'd be forced to change how our society is structured.
Listen, all I'm saying is that Thanos wasn't the bad guy.
Thanos was a bad guy. So was the coronavirus. I'm just saying sometimes good things come from bad things, all right? Listen, like I was telling you earlier, Haley and I did a puzzle yesterday.
Oh, yes.
Together.
Tell me about this riveting puzzle. This is
all right,
so real quick for the audience. Zoe was like, what are we going to talk about? And I was like, oh, my stepdad punched a guy today. And she goes, oh, Zoe, Babe and I tried to solve a puzzle yesterday. And that was what we came ready to talk about. And I'm surprised it took us 25 minutes to get here. Go.
Listen, all right. So like I was saying, bad things sometimes cause good things, right? Great. So before the lockdown went down in Michigan, Haley and I went to Target and we bought throw a burrito, we bought groceries, and I decided I was going to buy 2 puzzles because I haven't done a puzzle since like elementary school. I've not done a puzzle for like 18 years. It's been insane.
That's I wouldn't call that insane, but go on.
It's a long time to not do a puzzle. I'm just saying.
You can go your entire life without doing a puzzle.
No. Listen, I love puzzles because every time you find one piece, you're like, wow.
That's a whole new world.
It's like serotonin is released in every part of my body.
Exactly. I wonder if anyone's ever going to make a compilation of all the times I just burst into singing on this show.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm sure. Deadpool, get on it. I believe. No, let's be real. I was gonna say of our fans, Merp's the one who would do that.
Right.
I don't think Deadpool would. I mean, now that I said that, he might, but I don't think he would.
Yeah.
This is our quick appreciation corner for OSR Deadpool. Just real quick, thanks.
We're gonna do this every episode, aren't we?
Well, I mean, and Sean Mills. Normally, we're supposed to do one person above the tier, but we're gonna do both. You two are the best. You're the reason that I ordered, and I assume at least Zoe ordered Chipotle this month.
I have not gotten Chipotle in like 3 weeks, actually.
Yeah, the fact that we make money on top of our hosting fees is insane, and I love it.
It's amazing.
Because we are paying our hosting fees with this, and I get to send enough money to buy a little bit of food. And that's wonderful. Amazing.
Anyway, back to my puzzle, right?
Back to your puzzle. That's the important thing.
So we bought 2 puzzles. We bought one that was a painting of a man with a guitar. I don't know who the fuck he is. Haley knows him, so whatever.
A painting of a man with a guitar.
I don't know. Apparently he's someone famous. I have no idea. I've never seen his face before. It's cool. It's colorful, whatever. And then we bought a puzzle with like rainbow succulents, which is really cool to look at. But sucks to put together. So it's a 500-piece puzzle, which,
that's a good starting level. I disagree if you're about to say something otherwise.
It's an alright size puzzle. But the problem is that succulents are really weird shaped, They've got lots of different pieces to them. So each puzzle piece looks like colorful gibberish.
This is an open letter to succulents.
It's so hard. We didn't finish last night. We did the border and like one chunk of like 3 flowers. 3 like succulent plants. So I guess they're not flowers.
If you guys are listening to this, you guys, it would be ridiculous if you unfollowed and unlistened to the podcast because we because of our political opinions about Trump and everything like that. But if you want to leave because this podcast takes a strong anti-succulent stance, and if you're not okay with that, you can just go. Okay, we're not here to listen to your succulent worship. You know, I whenever I see succulents on the news, it's always oh, look how great it is. Like they never report on the facts. Them facts.
Just fucking turn off the news channel.
Yeah.
I don't need to see those succulent anyway. Succulents
out there. What do they want to do next? Give them the right to vote? No, not on my flat Earth. Damn it!
Let them grow in my grass? No.
Come into my yard. Take all of my loam. What do they think they are?
Look at them taking all the nutrients from my weeds.
Jeez. Speaking.
Anyway, we still haven't finished the puzzle.
Oh,
it's still there.
Geez.
It's sitting on the coffee table. We can't, eat at the table that we normally eat at because the puzzle's there. I refuse to put it back in the box because, God damn it, I will finish this puzzle.
I will finish this puzzle so I can truly hate on succulents.
Yes.
Those are our nutrients, damn it. Speaking of nutrients, what would really nutrient our give our wallets nutrients?
Did we get a Blue Apron subscription?
No, I was trying to segue into doing the thing. Hi, it's hey, we've had a lot of fun recording today. Hi, I'm Kelvin, and
Do we have to introduce ourselves a second time?
I don't know. I'm doing this like it's one of those. Hey, we had a lot of fun this episode, but make sure to buckle your seat. Anyway, guys, this is our ad space. It may be hard to believe as there's never been an ad here, but if you want to fix that, just email us over at lonelyboyhour@gmail.com. Zoe, don't you dare! And
just gmail.com.
I swear. I'm just gonna bleep that out and no one's gonna know what we're talking about.
You can't silence me, Kelvin.
Censorship. Anyway, guys, this is, if you want us to talk about your art page, you want to talk about your podcast, you want us to talk about your fucking Etsy where you sell little crocheted dolls that look like dogs. Like, I would advertise the fuck out of that. I will also be willing to not swear during your ad break if that's what you need.
Yeah, I'll probably have to do it because we saw how hard Kelvin.
Listen,
quote,
I can go 2 minutes without fucking swearing, you piece of shit.
Can you?
Anyway, guys, that's just how. This is also the break in the middle. If you were waiting to get out of your car until you're done, we're gonna pick a new topic when we get back, and you can pick up on your way home or on your next work shift. Deadpool, we know you need
or
it.
when you're done washing your hands.
Yeah, you fucking filthy animals. This ad break is sponsored by Basic Hygiene. Listen, wash your hands. Hand sanitizer is nice in small amounts, but too much of it can actually destroy good bacteria on your hands, so don't overdo it,
Yeah, make sure you lather for 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Maybe sing a little song in your head, and make sure you get underneath those fingernails.
I know our song doesn't have lyrics, but if you want to just hum our jingle, it's about 20 seconds.
Yeah, perfect.
Bum 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 bum. Anyway, guys, lonelyboy@gmail.com. Contact us. I was curious if you knew our jingle or not.
I know what kind. I listened to it enough, but I haven't focused on it.
Oh, let me actually do a little. Okay, guys, let's get back into the show. I always try to end the song by saying "Let's get back to the show" or something like that. So the song's gonna be playing during that first conversation we had after the ad break. Don't worry about it. I really like our ad break song.
It's brilliant.
It is nice and it's on brand.
Do you want to talk about your dad punching somebody?
Oh yeah. So
can we talk about that? Because I need to know who got thrown down on.
I'll give limited details as it is my family, but my adult cousin lives with my parents. Or I guess lived. Apparently they asked her to clean the cat box or do some chore of some kind, and she got all upset and moved out or whatever.
Over something mundane like that?
Yeah. Apparently.
All right.
And
okay.
This guy who picked her up was apparently being very rude and very sassy to my stepdad. And he's like, I just want to see, I'm going to bleep out that name, but that's my cousin's name. And he goes, oh, you want to see and he just fucking punches him, and he falls to the ground. Yeah, so that's and apparently there was another guy in the truck that came to like pick her up, and he did not get out of the truck.
I would not have gone out of the truck either, to be honest.
So yeah, my parents just hit me with that right before I started the podcast. Like, then I was like, oh, good, I was out of content. Like,
well, your dad clearly didn't stay 6 feet apart
Yeah,
from this
he
individual.
did not
so I hope
social
that your
distance.
dad self-quarantined for a day.
I mean, he works in an essential business, so I guess he probably won't. But yeah,
good.
he did not social distance, right?
I hope he washed his fist at least.
He works on like foreclosed houses, so he doesn't go around very many other people. So I think he's good.
I still hope he washed his fist.
Yeah, it's important to wash your fist. Listen, guys, I know we're done with the ad break, but please make sure to wash your fist daily. That way, if you do need to punch someone,
you won't be spreading that corona.
So recently it's been real sad because since I live close to a bunch of Pokestops and I still play Pokemon Go in 2020, I go on a walk around this like park and agricultural center area every day because it's important to get exercise. And I see so many dogs, and both me and my dog really want to hang out with that dog, but we all just kind of gotta like wave from a distance like, hey, your dog's really cute. I wish I could pet it, but I know I can't. It's good to see you from such a social distance, you know?
Yeah, it's nice to observe animals from a distance. Dog walking is a great exercise right now, but the best is walking, your significant other. I've been forcing Babe to leave the apartment.
Oh, I assumed that
while
Babe would be the one to
walks.
take you on a walk. I'm gonna be
No.
And I'm gonna be honest, it's just because in my mind you're the sub of all subs. Like,
see, I just don't like to go outside ever.
That's fair.
But like in this kind of you need some oxygen that isn't filtered through like heat. It's so hot in this apartment. We need to go outside.
Like, Zoe, I
Get a
love
little
you.
air.
You know I love you.
I'm a bottom.
I literally imagine Babe going, you wanna go for a walk? Wanna go for a walk? And you're just like gyrating and vibrating. Yeah. Like,
yeah, let's go for a walk, please. Can you take me for a walk?
I love you, Zoe. You know this. We've mentioned, I don't think we mentioned this, but every now and again after the podcast, Zoe and I will just have like a 20-minute emotional time where like, we never get to hang out anymore. We need to play more Stardew, and man, I miss my friends. Like, oh, we need to hang out more. Like, we just get these, which is good because I show very little actual emotion on this show.
I know.
We're here to entertain, and for the most part, we're not here to make you sad. Like,
I mean, if you want us to make you sad, you can always leave us a sad voicemail at our phone number.
I'm so pissed right now because we don't have voicemails for the second time.
It's like no one listens to the podcast.
But they do. Like, I can see the numbers and say that they do.
Dude,
we get a couple hundred listeners for sure every episode.
If you listen to the podcast, what I want you to do right now is pause the podcast.
Yeah, right now.
Call the number that Calvin's is about to like spew out at you.
615-852-6066.
What was that again?
615-852-6066.
Perfect. So call that number, all right? There's not 3 6s in it, so you're fine. Call that number, okay? And just hang up. breathe into the mic and then hang up. All right? I need to hear your beautiful ASMR breathing. All right? I need to know that you're here, that you're listening.
I wonder. I'm still really doing my best to try to try to find a letter abbreviation for our phone number, and if any fan would like to tell us one,
you can call us.
Yeah, you can call us. You can
email us at gmail.com.
Yeah, lonelyboyhour@gmail.com. Zoe.
I'm just waiting for Google's legal threats. I'm so excited.
I don't think very many people do this, but jeez. All right, let's see. I have found an app, a program that will turn phone numbers into words. And I'm going to try.
I'm ready.
I'm shoving our phone number, which is 615-852-6066.
66.
All right, let's see what it comes up with. Let's see. Well, there's not a lot in there.
No.
Let's see.
It's not a great Not a great one.
Let's see. So 615 8 jam 0 no.
8 jam 0 no.
615 8 jam 0 no.
That's not gonna work.
That's not it, Chief. It's land, jam, lamb, 0. It's all 0 no though, or 0 on. We might just need a new phone number.
Does 0 not have a word associated, a letter?
I don't
number?
think. Why not? Let me see. Let me look at
number?
the
It is a
little
number.
dial pad. Oh yeah, 0 doesn't have any letters, so it's 2 is ABC, 3 is DEF, and so forth. But 7 has 4 letters and 9 has 4 letters, so that 0 can have no letters associated. So we just gotta get a new phone number, I think, because we need abbreviation.
No, it's fine. We'll just do jam 0 no. That works.
615 8 jam 0 no.
Yes. 615 8 jam 0 no. Leave us your voicemails, and
Yeah. Hey, real
do
quick.
it.
Hey, Sean Mills. Hey, Grizz.
Hey,
Call me. I miss you. We don't. It feels like we never talk anymore, man.
we don't talk anymore.
Call me in the most inconvenient and indirect way of calling my podcast voicemail.
We don't talk anymore.
Like we used to do.
This is a karaoke section. Of
We
the
don't
podcast.
talk anymore. Let me see here. We got 1 second. I have an important thing to do. I'm probably gonna
Fill that airtime.
no, I was gonna cut this out, but I guess not. Yeah, I guess.
No, now you have to leave it in. You're welcome.
So
It's less editing.
well, since we're apparently doing an ASMR section, which is what I was
I'm
working
forcing
on.
you into the ASMR
I was
section,
getting ready. I was gonna just start ASMR saying the lyrics to a Billie Eilish song, but you beat me to it. You pulled me into the I don't know any Billie Eilish songs by memory, so I'm just like trying to find lyrics.
I'm rattling my D&D dice because I'm really excited for the D&D podcast.
Oh, we really need to think of a name for that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I guess let's jump out of the
podcast
ASMR
name.
section. Yeah. If you guys have a good idea for I don't want it to be, I want an Adventure Zone style name where the next season can be unrelated to season 1 and the name still makes sense, because like Adventure Zone has like the Adventure Zone Amnesty, the Adventure Zone
Right.
Balance, I'll see if I can do this, the Adventure Zone Commitment, the Adventure Zone Dust, Elementary, Fur, Graduation, and Hootenanny. That's the name of all their campaigns. Yes. I did it. I know they didn't do them in alphabetical order at first because Balance was the first one, but I knew they do know they hit all of they're going in alphabetical order now. So that's where we at, boys. I'm very upset on the topic of the Adventure Zone, because when I first really got into the Adventure Zone, they were doing a live show in Nashville. And I was like, I want to go see, but I'm not caught up on Balance or Amnesty, so I don't want to be spoiled by anything. And then when I eventually listened to the live show on the actual their feed, it was Hootenanny, a one shot with no connection to any other campaign. And I was like, damn it, I could have gone.
You should have just gone anyway.
Well,
Spoilers just make you anticipate listening more.
No, because if you listen to the other live shows where they have spoilers, I would have been heartbroken, because they did a really good job about making that ending very shocking and surprising. I don't know if you're a big Adventure Zone
I've
fan.
listened to episodes, but I've never listened to all of the entire seasons together.
You should
that
listen.
sounds weird, but
I
like
do
jump around
recommend
a lot.
this to both you guys, you and the viewers. I definitely recommend listening to Balance, which is their first campaign. It's really fucking boring in the beginning, because they have never actually done a D&D show before. They weren't big D&D buffs before, and they are just playing the Lost Mines of Phandelver. But at the end of the first arc of the first story, chapter, basically, it turns into an original story, and it's really good, and it's heartwarming. It made me cry. It made me laugh. And every chapter is so wildly different. So they'll have a chapter where they're literally racing, and then they'll go into a murder mystery chapter, like the story, and so on. Every chapter is it brings something different to the table, and it's so good.
I've just been jumping around. I'll listen to one episode in the middle of a series of one of their series, and I'll listen to another episode in the beginning of a different series. I just I don't know. I don't need the whole story to enjoy it, I guess. But that's how I am with most things.
Yeah, so with the Adventure Zone balance, like, it was a 69 episode show. And
Why did you giggle at 69? What are you?
You know.
Are you a middle school teenager?
Yes. I got
69.
I just giggle at things just because I know that there's like funny to middle schoolers.
Reminds me of the SpongeBob joke. I thought of a number funnier than 24.
What is it?
What is it?
25. That always makes me laugh. Just because it made me laugh when I was a kid, and I admit it's dumb.
SpongeBob was iconic. I love SpongeBob.
I'm still mad from like 2 Super Bowls ago. Because like, do you remember the original creator of SpongeBob died,
Yeah,
and
he passed away.
there was a whole thing where they're like, oh, you know, a good way to commemorate him. The most popular episode ever contains a like fake Super Bowl halftime show. You guys should do that. And there was a petition that went out, and eventually they were like, yes, we're going to do something with that. And the thing they did was have Squidward introduce one of the artists. And I'm like, dog, you literally didn't even... Like, I mean, I would have preferred if they got, like, an entire band to do Sweet Victory, but if you literally just played the video on the Jumbotron, I would have been very happy.
Right.
I would have loved it, but instead they didn't. And I'm sad. I know I'm mad about a Super Bowl from 2 years ago, but that's the only Super Bowl I've watched.
You know...
I've been told it's better. I've only watched that one. No, that's it.
Do you watch the Super Bowl commercials at least?
I mean, yeah, partially because I work at a store that has currently been playing the Mountain Dew Zero Super Bowl commercial over and over again.
God.
Have you seen that one?
That's the one with the monkey, right?
No, it's here's Mountain Dew Zero, and it's so bad, and it plays like 8 times every hour for me.
You know what's funny?
Come out wherever you are. I got new Mountain Dew Zero. Same iconic taste of Mountain Dew without any of the sugar. Rest in peace, headphone users.
The one that looks like the serial killer one.
That looks like The Shining. It's based off The Shining.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, headphone users. On that one,
they'll be fine. I wish that our the United States of America, our commercials were better. I just wish they were better. Like, all year round. Like, if we could have Super Bowl commercials all year round, you bet your ass I would sit and just watch commercials on real television. I would do it, because some of those are really funny.
I don't know. Since I see a loop of commercials all day, I go out of my way to see as few commercials outside. Everything I have the paid subscription for. I buy the ad-free versions of every mobile game. Like, I don't want it. I'm done.
See,
YouTube Premium, the top-tier Crunchyroll, top-tier Hulu. I don't want anything of it.
See, I like a good crafted commercial. Like a well-crafted commercial, like pushing product down my throat well.
Oh, here's the thing, dog.
I like
a good
Japanese,
crafted commercial.
Chinese, Indian commercials. Those are fucking great. Our commercials, dog shit garbage. So every day of the year except for Super Bowl.
I can avoid commercials and still see things like that, because here's the thing, dog. If a commercial is good, people will share it.
Well, yeah.
I cannot tell you how many times I got links to the I'm Sexy and I Know It Eminem commercials, like fucking 5 years ago. I would call that a pretty good commercial. And you best believe that got shared around. Like, a good commercial can be seen by people who don't normally come in contact with commercials.
But can you imagine if our commercial culture in the United States of America was
good?
Was entertainment? Yeah. Like, I need that. You know what I want? I have this dream for a commercial. And if, you know what? You can have it for free if anybody out there listening is developing commercials for something, you can have this. You do a series of commercials, and it's literally a story. And the only way you can get the whole story is if you watch all the commercials.
So there was a really good commercial way back when. You know the Energizer Bunny?
Yes.
So the way that started was with this old commercial for like Duracell or something. I'm throwing away all of these sponsorships right now, where they had a bunch of like rabbits playing drums or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, ours lasted the longest," and all the other rabbits like stopped moving after a while. And then Energizer was like, "Nope, they got it wrong. It just keeps going and going and going and then like they made a bunch of commercials that looked like they were commercials for other things." And then in the middle of the commercial, the bunny would like walk into the foreground of the screen and it goes still going and going and that was art. That is like that made me want to buy
brilliant.
some batteries, even though I wasn't alive when I think this commercial came out. Like that is art right
Like
there.
Geico has some good commercials.
You have some good commercials.
We have some great commercials.
Yeah.
You know what? If you want to hire us to do a commercial for your company, we'll do a commercial for your company.
We're ready. lonelyboyhour@gmail.com. Zoe, don't you fucking dare.
Gmail.com.
I will. Yeah, that's that. It's a lonelyboyhour@gmail.com.
No,
You're right. Zoe,
no,
Zoe, Zoe, please, for me.
For you?
For me, please, Zoe.
all right.
Remember
This
that
one
I'm
time.
your friend, and
This one time.
Yeah, remember how you backed out on me last time we were supposed to play Stardew? Just remember that and pay me back with this. Why not?
All right.
Now,
Onlyboyhour@gmail.com.
oh my goodness, you've said it. I'm so proud of you.
You can send us your legal threats there.
Yeah,
People.
yeah. I guess we'll take your legal threats. Don't mind me. I'm very, very quickly realizing that we're in Shill City. We're about to Rap Town, and I don't
we
have
just
a song.
cruise through this.
It's almost like we're good friends and are decent at talking to each other for a decent amount of time. I love Sir Peppers,
almost
by
as
the
though
way, because when I was editing, I got a DM from him, and he was, "Did I do good?" And I was like, "You did really good, buddy. Come on."
So good.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you. Which is, in case anyone doesn't know, Zoe does that to me every episode. She just DMs me after the episode. She's like, "Was that good? Was that?
Did I do a good job?
Are you proud of me?" And I'm like, "I'm very proud of you,
What was
Zoe."
that? It's that bottom energy
Yeah,
coming
I'm
out.
very proud of you, Zoe. Make sure that Haley takes you on a walk for being such a good boy. Like,
Listen, I have to take a Haley on a walk. I gotta convince her to leave the apartment. It's raining out.
oh no.
She's like, the water, I will melt. I'm like, you're not made of sugar, you're made of salt. I'll still melt.
What a powerful response. You're made of sugar, you're made of salt.
This is the best insult I've ever come up with.
So,
Do you have a song recommendation yet?
yeah, I got one. So let's do the show. I realize that we're trying to skip around. So who's doing the show? Is it me? It's basically always me. I'm gonna do the show. I don't know why I asked.
I'll mess it up. If you want me to do it, I will, but I always mess it
So
up.
let's go down the checklist and let's just take turns.
Okay.
So who wants to go first?
Hey, if you want to send us, if you want to talk about your ability to insult people, if you want us to talk about your advertisements, if you just want to breathe heavily into your phone and pretend that we care, you can call us at 615-852-6066.
Oh, you memorized it.
615-8-JAM-0 no.
Yeah. 615-8-JAM-0 and guys, if you'd like to help us get the money needed to make really good commercials, you can do so by donating to our Patreon at patreon.com/lonelyboyhour. Zoe, I realize we don't shill as many things as I think we do.
No, we really don't.
so-
If you want to send us legal threats, if you want to ask us to do an advertisement for you, if you just, want to send us your spam mail, don't send us your
Forward
spam mail.
us your spam.
You can contact us at lonelyboyhour@gmail.com or just, just gmail.com.
Guys, I'm the Noodle Doodler. I hate you. I'm the Noodle Doodler, guys. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/nude dude. That's what it is. I cannot remember my Twitch link. You can find me on TikTok. Who knows? Maybe even one day I'll start doing YouTube again. You can find me just anywhere. Just travel down the street and just shout, "Calvin! Calvin!" I'll show up. Yeah, I'll ooze out. So you want to show your stuff?
Yeah. All my stuff everywhere is Trazhie, TRAZHIE, except for Twitter. We've been through this before. If you want to find me, you can use that. Or, you can just go yodel in your local Target. I'll probably show up.
For record, I do put links to our social media in the description if you want to check those out, including our merch and our Discord. Guys,
Yes.
our intro song is Happy School by Joseph Falkenskold, and our advertisement break song is Focus on Myself by Gloria Tells, the instrumental only. Which segues us headfirst into the shilling of song section. Would you like to do one first or me?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we've done this one before, but let me know if we have. It's a fairly popular song right now, but In Your Eyes by The Weeknd.
We have not done In Your Eyes by The Weeknd.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I've been listening to it. It's been on a constant rotation. I'm finally getting away from my Billie Eilish phase. So
This one's an oldie but a goodie. I really like Commissioning a Symphony in C by Cake. I've been a big Cake fan for a long time now, and I don't think I come off as a Cake fan, so I just need to tell people this.
you have to let them know.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Make sure to get yourself tested for COVID-19. Only if you're showing symptoms. Don't waste doctor's time. It's a fairly hectic time.
Yeah, and hydrate or you will dehydrate. You need to drink some water. Make sure you're filtering that shit, please.